What was the magic of Funny Car Chaos that has drawn these cars from all over the country?
Well, Run What You Brung is at the top of the list.
It started off as a small thing and it got big. You won't find a better show than this.
What is Funny Car Chaos? Boy, that's a great question.
Funny Car Chaos to me is awesome. I mean, it just is. I mean, it's our whole world. I mean, that's just the way it is.
I will have to say that it is exhilarating. Whether it's Funny Car Chaos or Nitro Chaos, I for a long time wondered, why in the heck does no one put these cars together and run them and see who top dog is? And Chris Graves, he's got that job done, and he's put it all together, and it is chaos, but it is exhilarating racing at the end of the day, and that's what we all want as motorsports fans.
My name is Bubba Corzine. My real name's Bert, but they hung Bubba on me when I was young, like half the other people from Texas. I'm from a small town in North Texas, Cleburne, Texas, just south of Fort Worth. My responsibilities with the Funny Car Chaos group is I'm kind of Chris's right-hand man. I take care of everything from parking to when somebody needs to be talked to about where they drive or something like that. I'm the man Chris comes to, and also handle all starting of the cars and pairings, and I'm just generally override the whole show. I've run it from start to finish. Okay, guys, let's go.
Funny Car Chaos, baby.
How did I partner? Why would I partner with Funny Car Chaos? It's because I am a true believer in Chris Graves. He has done something that just blows my mind. It is unbelievable that he's been able to build this community around these funny cars. And like all great promoters, he has a group of people that are very loyal to him. And that's because he's straight up with them. Good, bad, he tells them the truth. So Funny Car Chaos was born out of an idea that Chris had. I'd like to think that I helped steer him in that direction. He did the second race ever here. I'm a funny car fan, and I knew right away that that we wanted to be a part of this from now on. And it's just gotten bigger and better. Chris and Tara, don't forget Tara, they work extremely hard at it, and it shows. They've got a huge following nearly from coast to coast. And for a track like Mocan, it's just stupendous to have this type of event here every Labor Day.
Well, right now we're doing paperwork and handing out sponsor decals and getting ready for warm-up chaos. Because once we start racing at 2 o'clock today, it's non-stop, and then bam, it's over. So this is the calm time before the chaos really gets rolling to get the last minute stuff done, like paperwork and contingency decals. And I just had to tow a race car fan's golf cart over to the spectator side because it broke down. I had to give them a ride. So it's just, you never know what's going to happen when you're in the pits, but we're here to take care of the people. They come out and watch the show, so you know, we do what we got to do.
Almost like a man that wears many hats.
Yeah, and a woman that wears many hats.
Well, she does all the work.
Yeah, and she's a mommy, so, yep. All good. We're just trying to control the chaos.
Number one, Funny Car Chaos saved the low buck funny car guy. These cars have been sitting in the garages and the trailers all over the United States, and they had nowhere to race. And Chris came up with an idea that with no rules, only thing it had to have was a flip-top body, and come race with us. And then he did the A, B, C, and D fields, which made everybody being able to race cars that run about the same as they do.
The format is you can run A cars, B cars, C cars. Really, you can run that on your budget. Like if you're a C car, you don't have to have these big $100,000 budgets to run the A field. You can run in the C field. And Chris Graves figured that out, and it's been very, very successful. And car counts are crazy. I mean, we have every race there's over 30 funny cars here, and spectators same way. Spectators love to watch funny cars. It seems like because they have great crowds. Funny car chaos. I'm really glad Chris did it because I wouldn't have had 3 championships without it.
It's been a good day. Hey,
for you.
thank you, sir.
We got something else better for you coming.
What you got?
We can't wait to see.
Cool.
I think you're gonna like it though. Great job, Diggy. Great job, team.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Ken.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
Here's another $5,000 on top of that.
No rules. You can run any pump. You can run all the nitro you want to. You can run alcohol. You can run gasoline. We don't care. It's a friendly deal. We all party together. And believe me, there's some parties at night with all those old people. We get down out here.
Funny Car Chaos to me is the best thing that I've been involved with. I mean, it's the greatest thing. Chris came up with this deal, and if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have anywhere to race. And I mean, that's obvious. And so it means a lot. I mean, if it wasn't for Funny Car Chaos, we probably wouldn't do anything, to tell the honest truth. Maybe a little bit of match racing, but very little, because there's not much of it left anymore. So it's very important to all of us, and it's important that we support it.
My name is David Ratton. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. I originally grew up in the Texas Panhandle, in a small town out there. My responsibilities with Funny Car Chaos is I'm the storyteller. I'm the official announcer for the series. I've been the voice of Funny Car Chaos since day number 1. And I've been to all the races except for one. And my responsibilities are to tell the stories of the series and of the racers, of our sponsors, and the tracks, to bring that message home to the fans so they get a picture, get a sense of what Funny Car Chaos is all about.
Funny Car Chaos to me, that's the best thing I've ever experienced in life. Drag racing especially. Chris and Tara have really done a good thing. Brought a lot of people together, a lot of families are friends because of it, and it's awesome. It really is. I was there at the first one. Chris threw something together and said, "Man, if we can get enough for an 8-car field, that'd be great." And they showed up, and then I remember the fans at that race in Denton. It was like, my goodness, it was crazy amount of people.
My name is Mike Buchanan. I'm from Goddard, Kansas, and I drive the Ombre Funny Car, 1972 Vega body funny car. Our best ET so far is 442, and our best mile an hour is 162.4. Funny Car Chaos to me is family. We're just a big family. Chris and Tara are our parents, and we look forward to seeing everybody at the races. We've developed unbelievable friendships, and like any form of racing, everybody here will just break their back to help you out if you need something. So, like I say, it's just such good people that run this series that it's just like a vacation with an extended family every time you go to a race.
Well, funny cars have got to be up soon. Why do I know? Because James is walking to the camera. Come here very quickly, James. He is the cameraman on the side of the wall, does a tremendous job, him and his wife, Kathy. James, you have been a drag racer yourself. You've been in the drag boat world. You've seen a lot of racing. What makes Funny Car Chaos and Nitro Chaos distinct and different?
You know, the very first thing is, it's all about family, and that's what it's like coming to see a family every race. And it's when we leave, we're kind of like leaving a family reunion. And that for me, that's what's number one thing. And plus, the number one rule, have fun. That's what we do. We come here and we have fun.
I'm having fun.
I'm having fun.
You're having fun. They're having fun. Are y'all having fun? All right, thank you. All right, that's it from the stands here at Mocan Dragway. Funny Cars up next.
And there's always something to talk about. You know, it's like a family reunion, except way better, because we've all been to family reunions and they're good for a while. But with this group, there's never an end to things to talk about, and the fun just goes on and on. The relationships get to be built. It's truly a deep bond that becomes developed between all the people involved in Chaos.
The family atmosphere is the best part of it. You know, the kids can come in. I don't believe there's, out of the 60-some cars here this weekend, there probably is one pit that has ropes up so you can't get in and look at the cars or talk to the people or anything. And that says a lot about Funny Car Chaos.
So what I want your challenge this weekend is to find a kid walking around out here and see if he wants to come sit in your car, or see if he wants to come check out your trailer, or see if he wants a free t-shirt, or whatever. Find a kid every day, today and tomorrow. Every driver out here does that. That's 100 kids that's going to get something special out here. Man, that's the stuff that I remember, and that's what we need to be doing if we want Funny Cars to stay cool in 20 years from now. Yeah. So that's my challenge for y'all.
Well, my racing experience, like I said, I started racing Funny Cars in 2018, and there wasn't a championship in 18, but there was in 19, 20, and 21. I won all three points championships in 19, 20, and 21. The winter of 2021, we built a brand new car. Me and my brother built the chassis, which we built the chassis that I had before. Brand new car. We go to the very first race and at Ennis, and I have probably the most horrific fire there ever was in a Funny Car, and spent 4.5 months in the burn unit. Lost all my index fingers. Every piece of my body was burned. I'm very thankful. I praise God daily, and I'm alive. I recommend everybody take as many cautions as possible. Don't get burned. Getting burned sucks. But one thing about it is I overcame it. Got to go back to work, and I'm a pipeline welder. Got to do that, and I still get to play with Funny Cars. This weekend I'm playing with 3 of them, so my life's pretty good. It's just not just the driving, it's the thought that has to go in to make it run. I mean, you're constant. I think about it every day, all day, every day. How to make a car go faster, because every one of them can go faster. It's just a matter of how you turn the screws. And that's the part that, honestly, the driving part's awesome, but the mechanical side of it is the part that really gets me going. I mean, that's the part that was. I did all my own motor work. I did it. We did everything. Me and my 5 guys, we did everything. I didn't hardly third party anything out. I mean, we did everything in house, and that part was something I was always really proud of, even down to the car itself. And I miss that. I miss not having my own car. But the next best thing is working on other people's cars.
Okay, guys, so the first thing I want to do is thank each and every one of y'all for being here. The racers, the crew, the fans, for Outlaw Fuel Alternates and Funny Car Chaos. These series were created for you guys to be able to pursue your passions and chase your dreams and have fun, and that's what we're going to do here this weekend. So thank y'all very much. Everyone standing in this group's a badass.
Why drag racing and not something else? I've got experience in all types of things in my life, but when I was a kid, 10 years old, a racer from Amarillo, Texas named Kelly Chadwick brought his Nitro funny car out to my little town and made an exhibition pass in front of the high school with all of us standing there watching it and hearing it. And my experience at that time, my little brother and I, we were watching Saturday morning cartoons with Hot Wheels and playing Hot Wheels and all that, but to have a real funny car come to my little town and get the chance to see it up close and personal and meet Kelly Chadwick, that set the hook deep for me. And for all of the time that my brother was still alive, we could talk drag racing nonstop, anytime. We would go to races together, and if we, later in life, when we didn't get the chance to go to them together, you know, he might go to Bandimere to the Mile High Nationals, and I might go to Memphis to the Mid-South Nationals, or Atlanta to the Southern Nationals. We could talk about it endlessly. So it's a passion that was started early, and funny cars was a big part of it. So to get a chance to do this and experience what I experienced back then, and to have other people begin to experience it, some for the very first time, it's really spectacular to me.
Okay, my name is Joachim Ljungberg. Most of the guys in the US call me Joe because it's kind of easy for you. My mom and dad gave me a kind of crazy last name, so we keep that out for you guys. We are from Valakra, Sweden, and been racing for 30 years, and made a decision to ship the car to US 2018 and haven't looked back. The car is called Raw Valley Motorsport, and it's a Firebird from 1996, and it's a blown Chevy combination that we put together by ourselves. My vision is so bad, so I kind of have to have my glasses on, so otherwise I have a hard time to focus, but I think they cleaned up at least.
So you're not the driver then, right?
Yeah, I'm the driver.
I'm kidding, that's a joke.
But I will have my glasses on. I will do it every day I can, and it's been a really fun ride, and we have met so many good people down the line, and I always constant thinking about how to do it again. That's my whole life right now. I only have one hobby, and that's collecting money for the drag racing.
I've been racing pretty well my whole life. Started bracket racing. I got into super stock racing, and the opportunity to drive a funny car came about because of my buddy John Troxell, and the rest is history. Now I'm a funny car driver. Brutus is a 71 Mustang body replica of Lou Arrington's Brutus famous funny car from back in the era, and it's powered by a big bad blown alcohol Brad Anderson and we're able to run very low fours and 4.0s with it in the 8th mile. It's an old school kind of car with not a whole lot of modern day electronics and stuff, but we have fun with it. We got a great crew. We're all friends, known each other for a long time. Justin is Brutus himself. He dresses up as the Gladiator and backs me up. He's a crowd favorite. Randy and Brittany and Don and Brenda, and we've had a few others that help out at times, but John is the main man behind it. He makes it all happen, and together we travel around the country to the Funny Car Chaos Series. We try to make as many of the races as we can, and we've done well in the points in the past, and we're still trying this year.
Wayne Hoffman, here you are, China Syndrome. Tell us a little bit about, this is a family situation. Tell the fans what we're doing here.
What we're doing here? Well, we came down here to get out of the frozen Northeast and reveal the tribute car I did to my dad. This was the last China Syndrome that him and I did together before all the big sponsor names came out. So
The late great Al Hoffman.
That's the reason I did the tribute car. That's my dad, Al Hoffman.
Right.
So wanted to do something special for him, and we wanted to get out of town and come on down here. It was a long ride, but we made it.
Tell us what's changed over the years back when you were crewing for your dad. I mean,
What hasn't changed?
Yeah, there you go.
Everything has changed dramatic, you know.
Yeah.
So we run a simple deal, just a big block Chevy, but everything, as you know, everything over the years has changed. That's why this is a nice deal, because you can run anything.
Right.
You know, to get in the big show stuff today, it's
Crazy,
not
crazy,
happening.
right.
It's crazy. It's all a business now for the big show stuff.
Yeah.
That's why this stuff, I had to come check it out. It's pretty awesome.
Funny Car Chaos is a place for all us funny car guys to have a place to race that do not want to run top alcohol funny car in NHRA or to run nitro as the big show, as those two are out of reach for us. So this is a great place. Gives us all a place to race, all different aspects of race cars. You can run nitro, you can run anything you want here, does not matter. So Funny Car Chaos is a pretty awesome place to race. That's why we do all this traveling. We love it.
Steve Tomozik. I drive the Detroit Tiger funny car out of all places, Detroit, Michigan. The car is a tribute to my car chief's father, Pancho Rendon, that Tom Prock drove back in 1977, 78. And we just thought it would be a great honor to tribute Pancho. It's about 2.5 G's at the launch, and there's nothing else like it.
I love the stories that the fans come and tell me about. I saw this car back in whenever, 70, whatever, you know, and I stood in the door of this trailer when I was a little kid with my dad, you know, and that means a lot to us. That's really the reason we do this. I mean, I am getting older and I don't have quite the drive I did. And so sort of the drive is the fans. I mean, that's kind of it for me. And that's the way my kids, which grew up in this sport too with me, they enjoy being around and seeing people tell us stories about when they were young, you know, and it's pretty gratifying, to tell you the truth. So,
Well, I'm James Armstrong from Fort Worth, Texas,
And I'm Kathy Armstrong from Fort Worth, Texas.
and we are the video crew, part of the video crew for Chaos. We shoot all the shots you see from the sideline on the track. And Kathy, she's could be working the front gate, answering phones, or, well, she hadn't worked the concession stand yet. That's her next venture.
I think what it's done is it's given a platform for guys that don't necessarily want to go race with NHRA and put up with the politics and the clique that is NHRA. And I think that's something the sport was missing, was something outside of NHRA for these guys to run. The fact that also that Chris runs at these smaller markets, you know, NHRA is only interested in running where they can get 20 or 30 or 40,000 people in a place. And, you know, not that these cars won't draw that many people, but Chris is willing to take this to smaller markets where people can see amazing cars, do an amazing job on the track, and get it for a cheaper price too. I mean, the admission here today is what, $25? I don't know what it is in an NHRA national event, but I'm sure it's not $25.
Hi, my name's Chris Betty. I run the Batmobile Funny Car from Stockton, Missouri. We have a 871 blower on our car, running a 508 cubic inch, 3-speed Linko, run about 470s, hoping to make it a little bit faster than that next year. And Funny Car Chaos is awesome. I do the Chaos because there's nothing else like it. You come out, run what you brung, there's nothing better than that. I have a very small team. We bring about 2 vehicles. One's a tow vehicle that brings our camper for some of our crew, and then the other one is got the car in it, 48-foot gooseneck race trailer. And I've got my dad as my crew chief. I've got my uncle and my aunt helping us out with some other stuff, and my brother-in-law, Nick Antonini, dresses up as the Joker. My niece is my backup girl, Haley Antonini. She dresses as Batgirl. So you'll always see her with us anywhere we go, putting on a show as best we can, making the fans just as included as anybody else out there. So.
My name's Ryan Hill, driver of Mad Max this weekend, filling in for my dad, Dave Hill, who runs the car during our Nitro Chaos stuff. This is my wife, Shannon.
I'm, for this weekend, Mad Maxine. I'm the backup girl for the Mad Max Nitro Funny Car. We are out of Valparaiso, Indiana. So the difference between the nitro and the alcohol you can stand outside that car and it won't affect you one single bit. As soon as you put that nitro in the tank, your senses are on fire. As I'm backing the car up, once the car goes by me, I get a shot in the face of nitro, it wakes you up, and your throat burns, your nose burns, everything's on fire essentially.
Clears all your sinuses up.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting experience.
So this is my beautiful backup girl, Emily Smith.
March of 22 was my first race, and it was Funny Car Chaos season opener in Ennis. First race of the year was my first race with them. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. Didn't know anything about the outfits. I just showed up, athletic shorts and a t-shirt, and said, put me in coach. And here we are, a year and a half later? I got the go-go boots, I've got the sparkly outfits, I got everything. I'm good now.
Distraction is what it is now.
My name is Michael Neal. I'm with the Burn and Love Nova Funny Car, driver of the Burn and Love Nova Funny Car from Strayhorn, Mississippi. This is my wife,
Chelsea Neal, and I'm the backup girl for the Burn and Love Funny Car. It's definitely turned into a big family. It's more than I ever anticipated it being. Our entire family's basically gotten into it. Our kids enjoy it. We now have really good friends that are racing with us, so that's a lot of fun. I've gotten suckered into backing up the car, so that's been a game changer, but we're really enjoying it.
and you're good at it. And she keeps us fed. That's important. Chaos. Funny Car Chaos is a gathering of the craziest bunch of individuals that have ever owned race cars. They describe funny cars as the most unpredictable and violent racing machines. And that is true, and that's also true with the crew, because funny car guys are just unpredictable and crazy and the most fun you'll ever have anywhere. So Funny Car Chaos is a conglomeration of all different kinds of racers, from street outlaw guys to bracket guys to super comp guys to guys like myself who are nostalgia guys. It's a place where all of them come together with a love of funny cars, and whatever style funny car they like, you can run it at Chaos and have a blast doing it.
Yeah, I'm excited to finally get in the competition to mix it up with a lot of the best guys in Funny Car Chaos. I mean, there's a lot of guys here that I grew up watching racing, so to be even on the same roster or list, you know, or even the same qualifying sheet as a lot of these guys, it's a real honor to be here. Funny Car Chaos is like a cult following. Chris has definitely built something that drivers love, people love. It's crowd pleasing. The idea of multiple different combinations, big show cars, not big show cars. I mean, we even got a turbo car and we got Jay Cook's nitrous car, you know. So
It's not the same old, same old.
It's not the same old, same old. And I think that's the beauty of this this Funny Car Chaos stuff. And that's kind of why we like it, you know. Our car don't fit a rule set, but it fits here. And that's exactly why
We're the outcasts.
That's why we like to be here.
We are fully 100% committed to Funny Car Chaos. our life pretty much revolves around Funny Car Chaos, the schedule, working on the car, making sure we're ready for each race. It has definitely consumed us. When we went to our first Chaos race, or participated in our first Chaos race this year in Ennis in March, from the second we rolled in the gates, we knew this was it. This is what we were born for. So we're in it to win it for the long haul.
My name's Mary Reap. I am from Austin, Texas. I drive the Grim Reaper funny car. I am the owner and driver. I have been racing since 2009 when I started in a fuel altered, and I transitioned over to the Funny Car Chaos team in 2021. So all things chaos is filling a gap in the sport, from the professional NHRA down to the sportsman's group. There's a lot of racers, as you can tell, because I think we have our 200th driver and car here this weekend. So since the conception in 2018, we've had 200 different competitors. So that tells you that there's a lot of cars and a lot of drivers out there that don't have a venue to go race. And so what Chris and Tara Graves have done is they've created this fantastic series and given us a venue to go race. And you can race at all levels. I think what I love the most about it is you can be a 410, 415 car all day long and be a winner and in the top 5 points at the end of the year. Or you can go run your 370 and 360 car and be, highly competitive and in the A fields. So there's a venue for whatever size and whatever motor combination, fuel combination that you have. There's a place for you to race.
Here with Anthony Whitfield. Anthony, tell us a little bit about your unique entry here. It's different than most of these other funny cars out here. Tell us why.
Yes, it's because it's a 96% blown nitro small block Chevy.
Wow, that's
the only
crazy.
small block Chevy that I know on the planet that's in a funny car form. We're just trying to make some good solid laps, get a baseline tune up, and just go out and have fun with it.
Bill Naves, Salisbury, North Carolina.
Jagger Naves, his son.
My little guy. We run the Shooting Star funny car.
Drag racing to us, we're actually 3 generations of drag racing. Dad started back in the day when they first created wheels out of stone. He's been running funny cars for about 36 years.
Cordova's the next one on our list. We're shooting for 100 before I stop driving.
Yep, this is number 87. As soon as he swaps feet tomorrow, it'll be number 87.
All I wanted to do was drive a funny car after I got out of the drag. So me and my wife put the deal together in 1986, and the rest is history.
And for the last 43 years, I've been making horrible financial decisions because of him. Drag racing is nothing but family. Everybody in this room, everybody at this track, we do anything for you. Chaos drag racing is a little bit different than NHRA drag racing. It's not so much competitive as it is just having fun. We drove from North Carolina about 1,000 miles to get here. We're both exhausted, we're tired. We just got off the ship. We got stuck in front of this camera, but we're stoked to be here. And like I said, just family.
So you've raced every race in the Chaos Series, is that correct?
Yeah, we're the only team that's been to every single one.
So your first Chaos race, probably 2.5 years ago, or almost 3 years ago now, what has changed in the Chaos Series, and what was that like versus what you think this is going to be like here at the Texas Motorplex?
Well, the first Chaos race, there was, I think, 25 cars. And we had struggled all year with our car, and went up there for the first round of qualifying, and we went a 484 and put us right in the middle of the field because everybody else was struggling. And I was like, we made that one pass, like, okay, let's sit out and wait for first round qualifying and let the cars fall wherever they may. And we ended up going all the way to the finals, but we lost by like, I don't know, a tenth of a second. I mean, it was a close race. And the competition then, we went a 480 and we made it all the way to the finals. Now, you run a 440 or 460, you're just hoping you qualify because the competition has got so tough. And but It's a lot of fun. I've made so many friends at this series, and just meeting everybody from the first race to seeing everybody grow throughout the last couple of years. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm glad I'm a part of it, and hopefully I can keep the streak alive and keep going to all the events they have.
It's addictive. I was 20 years old when I went to my very first drag race with Larry Reep. I had never been to a drag race before, and he won. You talk about an adrenaline rush and an addiction. The very next race we went to 4 months later, which after the end of the season, he crashed the car and flipped it and turned it and did everything else you could imagine and walked away from it. It is something that it gets in your blood and you can't stop. You just can't stop. I don't know what I would do. I retired earlier this year, and people said, "Oh, what are you going to do?" And I said, "I'm going to drag race full time." That's what you do.
My name's Justin Malott. I drive the 1957 Chevy Bel Air Funny Car, Must Be Nice. I'm out of Paragon, Indiana. Had to wait all winter. Finally got the car out beginning of May. Got licensing passes, did some testing, and this is actually our first time out with the car. I think total, there are over 500 man hours just in the actual paint job itself. And we tried to keep it as old school as we could, and we're here. And that's where we're at. And we're shooting for low fours.
I just want to say something, that everybody on the facility here, all the drivers, the fans coming out, it's just going to be a great event. Tara and Chris have built Funny Car Chaos with a dream, but they turned it into something phenomenal that's spreading all around the country. And it doesn't matter the budget you have or the type of car, you got a chance to win a race and a chance to win a championship.
This weekend, we've got some good nitro cars. That's some great competition for us. There's some guys we've got to stand up tall next to. Moultrie with Mark White in the seat, they can throw a number down. Alan Mendorf's been out for a few years, but we know what he's capable of. There's alcohol cars here that are very good on the trees, so we've got to dig deep on our elapsed time to gain what we can on the starting line advantage, because we know those guys are going to be out in front of us. So we've got to have the horsepower to drive around them, and me do my job as a driver, and the crew does their job and gives you the horsepower to get around those alcohol cars. But there's a few nitro cars that we've got to contend with, so we wanted to sink it deep with a 40 run and just try to make it consistent on race day.
Yeah, if you look at the Funny Car Chaos ladder right now, the qualifying, well, not the ladder, but the qualifying order, you've got, Tom Moultrie with Mark White driving at 354, but there's 5 or 6 cars, I think, in the 70s. All of them cars can step it up. I mean, you've got the first 8 qualifiers in the bump, I think, is 377. That is stout. I don't care where you're at in drag racing, period. That is stout. You look at the pro guys, we're as tight as they are. Maybe not quite as quick as them guys, but really close and very tight. It's tough stuff, man.
Funny cars to the staging lane. We'll run the first round of A field, followed by the first round of B field. Then the Dirty South Gassers Supercars and Hot Rods will go down the racetrack.
To all the fans coming out, it's going to be a blast. I mean, 32 funny cars, nitromethane, alcohol, burning your eyes, going down the track.
Chaos, baby.
Complete chaos. I mean, there's probably going to be cars on 1 wheel, 2 wheels, no wheels.
That'll be him.
That'd be me. I like the wall.
He'll be on negative wheels.
Right side wall.
Bodies,
right.
no bodies.
We got a lot of left side headers. Not a lot of right side.
Are you going to be our first body launch?
No, we don't launch any bodies in the American Outlaw. And we're done touching the wall.
So we do the burnout, and that's the best part of the run. The car gets all full of smoke. After we back up from the burnout and get the car staged, you kind of clear your head before you get into the tree. And at that point, everything goes calm. And then you let the clutch out, and it's just all getting it after that. And after you put the thing into second gear, things kind of calm down, and you can get your bearings and focus on the finish line and getting the parachutes out. And then once the chutes come out, hopefully there's wind lights on and it's party time.
You would think 3.8 seconds is over in a flash, and in real time it is, but time slows down when you drive a car. You actually are in a different dimension, and you really are operating at a very, very slow pace. Your mind's not driving. You're driving by pure reaction and by the seat of your pants and how it feels. And you'll hear drivers use terminologies like, ooh, I got out there and I swished and it moved this way and it moved that way. And it does. And you correct, or you look at things differently through that windshield of that funny car.
Horsepower in these cars is substantial, but you've got to manage it. And that's the hardest thing to do. So we're really starting to get data. I feel like it's coming around. We've just got to put those good one-shot runs together and get a group of them and be consistent.
And I predict that after today and leaving home, headed home in the morning, we're going to be really tired and really happy.
A-field, baby, A-field right there. Nimrod's all the way, Nimrod. Charlie.
Yeah,
sing us the money. Nimrod right here, Joey Hahn.
This funny car chaos deal, I mean, how cool can it get? You got run what you can brung. If it's a funny car, you can bring it, you can run it. What Chris has put together in Cordova Dragway here with the new track, new surface is awesome. You got nitro cars, alcohol cars. If it's got a flip top, if it's a flopper, you can bring it. It is unbelievable circuit to be a part of. We was, with Chris, we've known him a long time and kind of started out in the beginning. And it hasn't been that long, just 6-7 years, we were passing out flyers at the mall, putting them in the town, putting them on people's cars. And now it's grown into this. Everybody's jumping in on this deal. Why? Because it's cool. Drag racing is based on who gets to the finish line first. And with drag racers' minds, they're going to invent and go here and go there. And then you got the big show, which is awesome, but it starts to be like a job. This is fun. The show of power at these places and the imagination of drag racers as a whole, the drag racing community is phenomenal. And I mean, if you haven't been to one of these events, you should definitely do it, because I promise you one thing, if you go to one, you'll be back.
What would Chris do without me? He'd probably love it, because I'm in his hip pocket all the time. I kind of bug him a lot, but I like to think that I help Chris out a lot. I do take care of fires. We call them fires, where there's a mad racer over some kind of decision I had to make, or Chris has to make. And Chris always comes and gets me for that. I always laugh when he pulls up in his golf cart. I know there's a fire to put out somewhere.
The future of Funny Car Chaos to me would just be a wider spread number of events, possibly outside of the Midwest. Obviously, just last week, Chris held an event at MIR, Maryland International Raceway in Budds, I think it's in Budds Creek, Maryland. And that's a big track. I mean, it's a well-known track. It's not an NHRA track. It's actually a WDRA track, which Mocan is a WDRA track. And it's good to see Funny Car Chaos get the exposure. If you look at the comments when they post something about, hey, we're going to this track or that track, there's always somebody saying, hey, bring it to this track in California. Hey, bring it up north. Hey, bring it out west. And people are clamoring to see this.
I really think the future for Funny Car Chaos, I don't think there's a ceiling to how far it can go. It's such a unique series in the way they qualify cars with the A, B, and C fields, sometimes D fields. Everybody has a shot, no matter your budget, like us. A lot of times we are race to race on the budget. Obviously, us just getting a sponsor, that helps, but a lot of times we're still race to race. So we can come in as a budget team and qualify and go rounds and do well and be in the chase for top 10 in points. And you can also have your big budget guys who can run A field and chase a championship, and we all get to run together. So that really creates no ceiling for the series. We can go as far as we want to go. I don't think we've even tipped the iceberg of where this series is going to go.
If there's one word to describe Funny Car Chaos, it's fun. It's rule number one. Chris Graves established that early on, and he just kind of goes back to having fun, having a good time, developing friendships that are, that are more than superficial. So it's really a lot of fun.
It's a fun journey, and it's not all about the goal. It's the journey and the people you meet on the journey that makes this happen, that makes this fun for us.
So like I say, call your friends, get them to come on out to the racetrack because Funny Car Chaos is in town.
This is where John Force would kiss the person next to him?
Not John Force.
Oh, I was ready.
Mike Newkirk in the wall on the circle track here at the top end. Emergency crews are rolling. We'll get a moment with Newkirk when we can. He looks like he's got the hatch open. He's ready to come out of the car. Foam has been busted. We'll catch up with our winner in just a moment. That was live. Wow. Bunny and the boys, they are the winners in the Alki Digger B Field Funny Car Chaos, first ever Funny Car Chaos on the East Coast. Mr. Pritchett going to have a word with Wayne Hoffman. We'll let him get the gear off. What a stellar run, a 396 in the final. What great representation here at Maryland International Raceway for the team, the boys, Bunny Burkett, the funny car, her funny car is on the top of the cafe, and they are going to be hosting up a trophy at the end of the night. Mr. Pritchett, congratulations.
Thank you so much. This win, let me get it together. This win meant more than any win I've ever had in my life. We did it for Bunny. We did it for Bear. Thank you to everybody involved, all the sponsors. I don't normally cry like this, but man, it's Funny Car Chaos. It's a lot. And all these guys that come, we're a big family out here. It was nice to win. I got to thank Spell Paving, Bonifant. I got to thank all my guys back at the shop, the Capco boys, Dom, Sarah, my girlfriend Jessica. I got my mom here. I got my whole family. If I was going to win any race in my entire career, this is it. Go Funny Car Chaos. We love you guys.
The Little Bear is the big man tonight.
Racetrack with a 913 60-foot drifting towards the center stripe, and from there all kinds of heck broke loose.
Still 15 minutes to call and 45 minutes till we wrap.